Good morning from a chairlift. The longest chairlift in the world, single something or other chairlift in the world. It's in Cataract Gorge. Good morning from the van, and this morning we are driving to Ulverston to see my family. Haven't seen them in a while, so it'd be nice to catch up. It's about an hour and a half drive. So yeah, it's a really hot day. It's also another heat wave here in Launceston, so really enjoying the air conditioning in the van. Good morning from the van. This morning, as you can probably tell, we are currently stationary and Matt is cleaning the van using like the drive-in clean car wash things. We're going to fill up on more food and petrol because we are driving 2 hours to a place called Wayatinah, and that's in the middle of nowhere because we're making our way back down to Hobart now. Got a lot to fit in the next 8-9 days, and then we leave here, and that will be the end of our Tasmanian adventure. Break it down.
We're driving to a place called Wayatinah, and we're driving, so you've got crumbs all over your wrist. Okay. And we're travelling south to Wayatinah, which is sort of halfway down the country, just underneath the Great Lakes. We're looking forward to going past that. The old video.
Had a great time visiting family yesterday.
Oh yeah, what a crack.
Didn't take any content because that was out of time.
Yes.
Lovely food.
Lovely people, lovely food, lovely house. What a spot that was. Stunning.
Wow.
Check in with you later when we get to Wayatinah.
Thumbelina.
Bobina, Bini, Bobana.
We've just arrived at Wayatinah Thumbelina caravan site, and it is amazing. It's on a lake, so Matt is going to be in heaven fishing. He can get Atlantic salmon, rainbow trout, and some other trout.
Rainbow trout, brown trout.
Brown trout. And as you can tell by this stunning appearance, it is sweaty. We're still in a heat wave. Lovely campsite, but once again, the mosquito net has come into use. Action this time has created a fly insect.
You're supposed to tell them there's bees flying in here every 2 seconds when we first got here.
We have a shower curtain.
We have
with a little
Mother Teresa.
You could be a lovely bride, Sinead.
Yeah, that air.
Is it?
It's nice.
Ventilation.
Bit of ventilation, you know what I mean?
So no insects in here. Obviously we won't be sleeping with that open, but it's just good in the daytime for the old breezer room. Yeah, and Matt's going fishing.
Well, I'm going to go and try and fish. I haven't done freshwater over here yet, so that'll be fun.
We need something for dinner, but we don't actually. But how amazing would it be to have Atlantic salmon for dinner?
That would be cool.
First evening at Wayatinah. Matt's fishing. He's caught about 3 fish, 3 perch so far. He's got his bogey on there, but what a view. This is how mental the weather can be in Tasmania. It was a 32-degree heat wave today. Now it's dropping tonight to 8 degrees. It's probably about 15, would you say, now? I haven't worn a hoodie in about 2 weeks, and Fisherman Foss over there is fully dressed head to toe, covered up. And yeah, and it's 8:30 in the evening. So yeah, not sure if I like this chilly weather, you know. Not great. Let me show you the view. There's a Atlantic fishing farm.
Atlantic salmon farm.
Atlantic salmon fishing farm. Just.
What do you mean fishing farm?
Fishing.
There's no fishing farm.
There's an Atlantic
salmon
farm around the corner, just around the river bend. And some of them have escaped. Oh no! So you can catch them in Wayatinah Lake, along with rainbow trout and I think it's brown trout. What's happened?
It's stags.
Snacky. Fisherman Foss got snagged, lost his bogey. I've got to run back and get one. I'll show you what a bogey is. These are the bogeys. They're just like jellyfish that you put on the end of your fishing line. I think that's the right terminology. Anyway, we call them a bogey because obviously look at that. Looks like a bogey. Anyway, I've got to run back to Fisherman Posh. Oh my god, look at these turbo chooks. Holy sugar me, that's why they're called turbo chooks, because they run fast. Whoa! I got your bogey. A brand new bogey out the packet.
What one? Thanks.
Yeah. Matt's doing some side steps there, some netball side steps. Classic. Thought we'd decide we were gonna do a bit of sport of tennis this morning on this lovely tennis court. What's he doing? Oh. That just like reminds me of doing the netball days.
What does?
What? That, what you're doing, that's what we used to do as a warm-up. Let's see who wins. Obviously me.
That's what we're dealing with.
Wayatinah. It was lovely, highly recommend that campsite. We're driving to a place called Huon Valley. I probably butchered that name again, I can't say it right. It's either Huon or Huon. I don't think it's Huon. Huon, I think is Valley. Anyway, we're going to Mona, which is the Museum of Old and New Art. Old and New Art. It's a bit of a quirky art gallery, so we're going to go there first. Stock up on other bits from a supermarket. Matt can get some more fishing gear, and then because there's a river at the caravan site that we're going to next, so you can do some freshwater fishing with some more accurate gear. I'm sure we'll show you around Mona. I'm sure we'll dot in here some lovely scenery pics along the way. Just thought I would quickly come on here to tell you about how our day went, because we got to Mona and then the
brake pad's fully worn down, so it's metal on metal scratching.
We called about 3 garages, managed to get it in luckily tomorrow, which meant that apart from staying down at Huon Valley this evening, we are staying at a random van park that is about a 5-minute drive away from this garage that has managed to fit us in to fit new brake pads. Went from Mona to this random campsite, which is basically a car park, and then we thought it would be a good idea to get the bus into Hobart because that's about 20 minutes away. The bus had no air conditioning. It must have been about 24 degrees today, so that was great. We thought we could pay by like normal credit card, and you can't. You can only pay cash or with a, I think they called it a green card, which is like a card you load up kind of like an Oyster or like a key that they have in Melbourne. Anyway, he let us on, which is very sweet of him, to have some food and some early dinner in Hobart, and then got an Uber back. But tomorrow he's going to go fishing in the day. I'm going to drop the van off at the garage, and then we're going to drive down to Huon Caravan Park because we're there for a night now, and then we go to Bruny Island. What a day. We didn't document it because it was just stressful. We get into a garage, which is the Tassie Automotives. They say, yeah, no worries. We give them the make, model, year of the van. They know everything. Got there like, yeah, we've got the parts, whatever, we'll do all of this. Change the 2 brake pads because you've got to do them in pairs. Got in touch with the owners of the van, let them know what's going on, if they could help in any other way. Woke up today, went to drive the van to the garage. They were like, yeah, no worries, it'll take an hour. Perfect. Guessed about 10:30, and we're like, okay, well, let's give them a call. Gave them a call, and they were like, yeah, it won't be ready for another hour and a half. We've had various excuses basically came out of their mouth, and I was, you know, and you're just like, whatever, too good to be true. So we were like, well, it's been an hour and a half. Matt wanted to go to a fishing shop that he likes in Hobart because he wanted to get some stuff for fishing in Huon, thinking that we were going to be there at midday. We were like, right, well, so it'll probably be ready around midday, the van, to collect. So let's get an Uber into Hobart. And about 10 minutes into the Uber, get a call from the garage, and they're like, yeah, we can't fix this van. Sorry? They were like, yeah, it's too long, so we can't actually get it on our hoists and lift it up to then take everything off and do everything. We've tried to use it manually and that hasn't worked either. Imagine both of our faces. So the poor Uber driver just heard absolute swear words coming out of my mouth. We were not happy bunnies. So I was like, well, we're in an Uber on the way to the middle of the city now, so you can hold it until we get back. But then we get out, so we're like, right, well, we need to just call the owners and tell them what's going on, like, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So did all of that, and they were like, yep, hold it with us, like, let's try and figure this out as well. We aimlessly walked around Hobart, got another Uber back, went straight to the garage, picked that up, didn't give them 1 ounce of a smile because they didn't deserve it, the absolute time wasters. In the meantime, the owner of the van, and we had actually done it as well and just crossed wires, had called the dealership of the make of the van, which is LDV, and it was round the corner from this crap garage. Tassie Automotives, by the way, just in case you're wondering, don't ever take a van there. They were amazing. They were like, bring it in, we'll get it done for you today. It won't get done until 4 o'clock. By this point, it's like midday. Well, the day has been wasted anyway. Like, how bad can it really get? We drove it round, dropped it off with them. We then walked down basically a really long industrial road full of random stuff, and we just kind of went from coffee shop to coffee shop, grabbed some lunch, and then we played some crazy golf. Matt and I have had to come to a okay, we've had to come to a crazy golf, which I would have probably explained before this. 3 and in, okay. So we're playing some crazy golf at a random place, and yeah, obviously we're really good at it. Oh! We walked in and literally she was like, I was just about to call you because it's ready to go. Thank you very much. Got in the van and we have continued on our journey. So we drove from Hobart at rush hour, which wasn't too bad, down to Huon Valley. So now we have checked into Huon Valley and Matt's happily fishing down the river somewhere, I don't know where. I've had to just reorder the van again, you know, when everything's just an absolute mess. Yeah, it was just a nightmare, 24 hours. Obviously it's out of everyone's hands. The LDV dealership were amazing. The owners have been supportive. It's just one of those things where you just don't really want to have to deal with whilst you're traveling. But you know, it could have been worse. We could have been stuck in the middle of nowhere and it would have happened there, and then what, you know? And we were traveling back into Hobart, so we are very, very lucky, and I count my stars for that. My hair is a hair example of how I feel right now. I'm both knackered but also trying to look like I've got it together. But we're just one big greasy spoon right now. So we're going back to the year 7 days and this camera keeps slipping. Enjoy the rest of the vlog. I'm sure we've got a lot of things to show you and hopefully we get to show you a big, fat, juicy trout.
What's the EDM for?
EDM crackers, Sinead. This is Bob and this is Paul.
Good morning from the van. We are leaving the Huon Valley and then get on the ferry to Bruny Island. Huon Valley was a very, very nice place to stay. Nice campsite.
Lots of kids.
Too many kids, but it was lovely nonetheless. Had a good go at freshwater fishing, but didn't catch f***. Can't get it. I'm not a trout man. We'll see what we can catch in New Zealand. Surely do another video on the ferry. Ta-ta!
Bye.
This is like something off of Alice in Wonderland where she's like...
I'm pretty sure it's Indiana Jones. Or King and I, that's what I'm saying.
What's King and I?
The movie.
Huh?
The movie?
Never seen it. King and I. Must be a posh kid's thing. Sinead,
yeah.
What do poets do when they die?
Don't know.
Decompose.
And we're back by the sea, so he's a happy boy because he didn't catch any trout yesterday on the river. So fresh fish is not his friend so far, but off he goes to find some more fishies. First one of the day.
First cast.
Oh my god, it's a squiddy!
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise it was a squid.
Oh, a squid jig.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Whoa!
That's a big one. Oh, you fucking... Oh, look.
Is that over your... Wow, look how... Wow, he's so vibrant.
Ready?
Judo chop.
Judo chop. Oh, he's good. Judo chop.
Good morning from the fluted Cape. Could be wrong with that, but it's definitely fluted. Something walk that we're doing.
Maybe it's a fluted. No, it's not. I know.
Yeah, Matt looks like he's got a stick-on nose, but it's just zinc, so don't be afraid. This morning, Matt did a couple of squid jigs, and
Did a couple of squid jigs?
yeah, and he caught about 4 squid. We've got 2 in the fridge already.
I gave 2 of them away to the local.
And now we're doing, it's about a 5k walk, I think, to Fluted Cape. Sure, it'll be another eventful walk to show you. We're on Bruny Island now, which is kind of like our last stop really before we finish in Tasmania. Let's go for a walk. Ignore the unicorn horn. The incline to whatever this place is called. I keep forgetting. Fluted Cape. It's an incline. That's what I tell thee. It's not as bad as panpipes. It's just a constant climb. So far so good. Back in the snake enclosure again. But ooh, the good thing is that it's not a hot day, which is normally when they're out and about. Look at that. Now if that's it, majestic, I don't know what it is. So in the background there, that's Wellington that we tried to get up. That's the neck there.
This island.
It's like a skinny little bit of Bruny Island.
Joins North Bruny to South Bruny, and we're in South Bruny.
And then this is all Adventure Bay, which is where we're staying. But we're staying like around the corner. Look, darker bit there, that's Cape Rowell, that's where we were. And behind is Tasman Island and another cape, but we didn't do that. So that's pretty cool.
I bet you can't even move it, it's that heavy.
Does it feel all slippery?
Sort of.
Is it like a rubbery... I will have a poke, yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Oh.
Right, I'll try and lift that up. Tell me you reckon you can pull that off a rod. Solid. Right, now flick it back in there. Don't fall in.
Be free.
Nice, that'll do. Are you alright? Did I hurt your ass?
No. We made it back to the van. It was a lovely walk. I really recommend doing that, I think.
Yeah, it was lovely. It wasn't too hard, was it? It was hard walk, but it was only what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, about that. Definitely would do the Grassy Point side first, even though it's steeper on the way up. Unless you've got some good knees on you, it's quite decliny on the way down. We are on our way to Alona, which is the other side of like the South Island of Bruny. Let's see if there's anything in here. It's all gone. It's all bloody gone. The fishing wasn't great apparently in Alona.
It's fine, it's just windy.
It's windy. So we're going back to Adventure Bay. I wanted to say Alexander Bay, and Matt will go fishing there, and I might go foot swim because it looks really nice. Just went back to the Bruny bakery, and he's the nicest person ever that was giving us the sourdough. This is the bag that you get it in. This was $5.
$5.
Or £2.50 in British terms. It's a flatbread, but he says he calls it a picnic. And the weight of it is really heavy. Look at that, freshly baked. It's like a cross between a pitta and a crumpet.
Right. Absolutely, take it. Lovely.
Wow, stunning. But
You're enjoying that for someone that's done the picnic trip.
I know. We'll deal with it later.